colors. Hi, Grizzly Warrior. Good morning. Hi, Shatikwa. We're going to be on here as long as we can. Sometimes we go through dips and valleys in Ohio, and sometimes we lose connection. So we will try to be on here as long as we can. What I am going to start doing, just in case we're still having issues till we can figure this whole thing out, is I may try to go and do a little bit of a record our drive to church in the morning, because there are fall leaves popping, guys. And then what we'll do is we'll do a premiere, which will still give you all the ability to chat in the morning a little bit and connect. And then that way, if I do it coming up here, then it will be where I could do it on Sunday morning and just kind of encourage y'all. But she loved turquoise and she loved pink. And I figured out, well, we'll go a little tropical today. This would have been something she wore, and I just thought of her. So I'm going to turn you around while I still can. But you can start to see that all of this beautiful road that we go sometimes, if we got to go the highway, roads that are going to be that we the way we go to church. And I mean, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and of course the leaves will start turning that way too as well. So again, if we start having issues, I'm just going to start going and, hi Brenda, recording the drive to church, and then putting it together and putting through a premiere. That way I could still be connecting with you guys in the morning. Hi Ainfield, but and you guys can connect with each other. Remember, you can put hashtag blessed in the chat, but this way we won't lose connection. So I figured I'd take you and see how many leaves we can see this morning that are changing. Things change. It's not always easy. Seasons change, but we can change too as well, and pivot if we need to. We can still chase those dreams, but sometimes one way or another we have to change what we're going for, or change the tactics that we're going for with it. So we still got to chase those dreams because they're special to have, of course. And I can tell you that image of being on the horse and just keep riding it and don't get off, just continue to chase your dreams, has been so powerful for me. And I am very thankful. And when I see that, when I kind of get discouraged, when I kind of think, okay, I just want to get off, I think of that horse, and then I just take a moment, even if I'm doing a live and I'm kind of discouraged. Hi Jaden, nice to see you. That maybe there's not a lot of people in the chat for one reason or another, and Mary got to stay on that horse. And you know what? Then I just take a minute and say, okay, God, I know that you will certainly use this channel for your glory, and that we can be a blessing to everybody. Again, you can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want to connect with each other. I love coming over this hill. When I was growing up and we used to come to Mansfield, we used to see this hill, and I thought it was so big. But I was raised in Florida. There's Mama, she's driving. Josh wasn't up to come into church this morning. And I just remember thinking to myself, it was so big because we had no hills in Florida like that. So,
especially South Florida.
Especially South Florida, a lot of it was flat. So, I was like, that to me was a huge hill. And you can't really see it. We'll have to go up at the other direction. I think we have throughout the time. But I just remember thinking that hill was so big, and I wanted to go up the hill. You can see it from there, and it looks awful big. Now it doesn't look as big, but when I was growing up, it did, because you can see the leaves are starting. Because I think when you're little, everything looks big. And sometimes in life, things look big. They look challenging. They look difficult. But you know what? We can get through it together. and we can get through it. See the leaves, they're changing. See the leaves up there? This is Spot the Leaves Sunday. We're going to be doing more of that too. And I just think to myself, I'm going to church and I'm thinking, what can I, be thinking or be grateful for? And I'm just like, I love looking for those fall leaves changing. That's like Josh will say to me, he goes, "You're silly." And I said, I know maybe I'm silly, but I just love looking for them because I never got to see them when I was in Florida. And I get to see the leaves changing now, and I can be grateful and be thankful that I get to witness that. And I think I know over the past, I'm not getting into any political stuff, but over the past couple of days, between everything that's happened, it's hard to look for the good and look for the things to look that's beautiful, to be looking for, to be thankful for. But I think we need to, in times like this, we need to be looking out for things. Oh, look, do you see that one? Just in the spot, there's all green, and then there's this fireball to be grateful for. And if anything, it shows us that we need to stand together as a community. That's one of the reasons why we're doing a lot of sitting by the fountain, letting you all watch the fall leaves happening. Hi, Bambi. How you doing? You can put #blessed so you can crochet that connection in the chat if you'd like. We're doing that for a reason. We have the ability, for how long, I don't know, till it gets really cold, and then we won't be able to be out there. But we want you guys coming in when we do those chats. We're going to be doing a lot more of them coming up. I'm going to schedule them because I have that project to work on for helping hands with helping hands for cruising. I want to get that blanket done, and I want people to start really connecting with each other so they can build their communities. We're going to get into the winter months. That means it's going to be cold. People are going to be indoors more. They said it's going to be a cold winter. And, I don't remember the leaves changing this quickly. We have not had a lot of rain this year. We did not. It was not it was not a stormy, thankfully. I love the rain, but keep the storms away. But they said it's going to be a cold winter. And of course, December also becomes a difficult time when people struggle with being in their house, when they're, kind of isolated a little bit and so forth, and they can't get out. And so this is the time to start kind of getting those connections and adding to your community. If you're a content creator, Fall Fest is around the corner. We did a video. We're going to be participating in, it's going to be a hard winter. I agree. Fall Fest is just right around the corner. That is with Gail's Southern Living. We are collaborating with her along with 24 other channels. Blessings Through Connection will be participating in that. My daughter's channel, Christy Cosplay Wardrobe, will be participating in that. That is a great opportunity if you are a content creator to get awareness to your channel. If you're not, it's a great place to go and support all the channels within the collaboration. There will be a semi-finalist winner for each channel. That person will be sent over to Gail's Southern Living, and that will go on their wheel. And I am in Iowa, and we have gone off. We have gone off way too easy here in the winter. Yep. So the semi-finalist goes over, becomes the grand prize winner, and all of those people will be on the wheel. She will spin the wheel, and then someone is going to win all the prizes from all the channels. Do you not see up there? Beautiful. And so it's going to be like Christmas for somebody, right? And this gives the opportunity. And I think last year the video I did for Gail Southern Living, got about 258 views, something like that, 300 views. So it's a great opportunity to build your community. Remember, stepping out of your niche, stepping out of your comfort zone, going into other communities really help. And there's a lot of different communities within this collaboration, so it's an awesome thing to participate. And so the channel comes up with what they're going to do for the semifinalist winner and the grand prize winner, and each channel is different, what they're going to choose to do and so forth. So it's an awesome collaboration. We look forward to it. I'm probably going to do my daughter's commercial for her channel tomorrow, but she's actually told her to bring things, so she does cosplay, so bring some kind of cosplay so we can do the commercial this afternoon, because she's coming to spend the afternoon with us. So it's a beautiful day here in Ohio. Beautiful day. It's probably, I don't know, probably about, I don't know what the degree was, but he said it was going to be in the 80s. But I'm ready for winter. I know my mother's not. She's like, nope. Do you see what's happening over here? You see the in between, you'll see the spots. Look, and it's just like there's a fireball right in the middle of that. So the leaves are changing, and it's beautiful to see. And I don't handle highways well. It's part of the fibromyalgia. It's part of the anxiety. But I can tell you, I'm focusing on looking for the fall leaves. I don't know if you can see all the way there, but there's like a fireball in the middle of that. And I think sometimes in our lives, when we are maybe struggling with something, sometimes when something looks a little bit, we're a little anxious about it. Hi, Sandy. You're still in DC, just stopping by. Well, say hello. Hello to DC for us. When something looks a little bit, kind of scary a little bit, when something kind of looks a little bit like uncomfortable, sometimes we tend to focus on that. But sometimes if we can focus on something else, it dies down the anxiety. It doesn't always make it easy. It's not the funnest thing I look forward to doing, of course, is going on the highway. But I can focus on something else that's pleasing to my eye, or put something else in my head beside thinking, oh my goodness, I gotta be on here. My mother reminds me every time, it's only 7 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, 7 minutes seems like a long time. And so we can focus on something else. But I really want people over the next little bit to come in our rockin', crochet and chat and connections time, and really focus on building those connections and making new friends, especially if you have a channel. You have to get new people in that come in and they add to the community. If you think about it for a second, when we were in Florida, we used to prepare. My husband inevitably would always go out first before the hurricane season hit, and he always would go ahead and stockpile with water. Why? Because it was the first thing that went when the hurricane was coming our way. And he would get enough water for everybody. He would get jugs and bottled water and everything. And we were not allowed to touch that bottled water at all the entire time. If we didn't need it, which we hoped we didn't need it for hurricane season, right? We made sure that when we got done with hurricane season, then we used up the water until next hurricane season, and he did the same thing. And when everybody was kind of rushing around to try to get bottled water so they had enough for their family over the time period, we didn't have to worry because Josh prepared, the water so that we could have enough to last us through the storm. So think about doing that when it comes to building those connections and having new people come in your chat and new people to come in your community. That's growth is good. Growth for us as individuals is great, and growth together as a community is really good. We're trying to get to 2K, and I'm hoping to get there at the end of by the end of the year. I want to celebrate. I'm telling you, I want to celebrate. And we're only about 83 away. We're not that far away, but I can tell you this is kind of similar to when we were about at the 900 and between 900 and 1,000 subscribers. And they're not subscribers. You guys are community. You all are family. You're part of the Blessed to Crochet family. And I remember sitting there thinking, we're never going to get there. We're never going to get there. And then we got close to like 955, and it just kept bouncing around. And then it was like all of a sudden it pushed over. And so I know that's what's going to happen here. It's just, we got to just keep pressing through. So we're going to try to schedule some of those rockin' crocheting and connection, and go out there with the beautiful fountain. It's a beautiful scene behind us, as well as you guys have the ability to put hashtag blessed in the chat. So you guys have your own crochet hook. Go over to their channel. If you cannot watch their content right away, when you go over there, make a playlist for yourself. Maybe it's your daily connections playlist, and then you can just go ahead and go over there and make the connections happen the correct way. Watch at least a 3-minute video. Comment about something in the video. Watch maybe a 20-minute video for them. That really helps them engage. Put your footprint over there. Let them know, hey, I want to be a part of your community. And we really are involved with a lot of great, awesome communities, I'll tell you. So blessed to be a part of those communities and friends and supporters, and we are just beyond grateful for each and every one of you. So we are so thankful. But I want to encourage you to build that strength and that community, because in these times where things kind of things happen in our world where they're a gut punch, and we've got to have things to fall back on, and we need to be a part of our community as a whole, in our local community, in our area. But we also, for someone like me who can't always be out and about, because of the fibromyalgia and what's going on with the sciatic nerve, which I can tell you where that could go. But, I need this online community. I need you all. It helps me more than you ever realize. Hi, Top Shot. How are you? Welcome on in. Salute. I can't tell you all from the bottom of my heart how much, and see the hay bales, how much you all tremendously help me. This past 6 weeks has been hard because the sciatic nerve has been hurting a lot. It's very painful. And when I get on and I'm there, and I'm talking to you all, and you guys are really crocheting that connection in the chat, you can put hashtag blessed for people to connect with you and use that crochet hook correctly. You guys make me forget I'm hurting, and I focus on something else. I'm focusing on the blanket I'm doing for Helping Hands for Cruising, an organization that helps people go on cruises and dream trips that otherwise would not be able to. Veterans, first responders, families, people that are disabled and so forth. So you guys help me, because I'm focused on that, and I'm also focused on you guys. And then I'm not thinking, look at that. I look at the leaves. They're just a little bit. They're going to get more vibrant, I promise you. I'm not focused on the difficulty. I'm focused on the people. It does help, because it takes your mind and your focus off the fact that you're hurting. And I feel like I'm doing some good, because I'm with with each other, helping people grow. And that's really, really important, both whether they have a channel or not. They are growing connections, they're growing community, they are growing friends, and that is what I love seeing. So with that being said, and I'm so glad we were actually able to stay on this long because we've had problems. Thank you, Lord. That is such a blessing today. But remember to be proud of yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And today is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad it is. And we will see you. We'll try to do a rock and crocheting and connecting tomorrow. So we'll